Hello, everyone. My name is Nick Hershey. I'm one of the branch managers here at the Mortgage Calculator. We are a branch that does things quite a bit differently than anybody you probably ever heard of. So what I'd like to do today is talk a little bit about what makes us different. And I have my associate Kyle here as well, who can show you guys a little bit about what we've built that makes us different. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Most of you probably joined the call from this page here. So we'll go through line by line and just explain a little bit more about what we need. Basically, we can offer up to 300 basis points compensation, which is probably more than any other place out there in the market that you've ever heard of. And that is because we partner with a great company that's one of the top 10 wholesale lenders for reverse mortgages in the United States. So we have a great opportunity to do reverse mortgages and add some new products to our repertoire. We have no max commission caps as a correspondent. So we've been a team of brokers and a team of bankers using the model that we've built. But as a correspondent, there's a lot of cool benefits, which includes no max commission cap, which we had before as both a banker and a broker. If we do not have a correspondent option, we also have brokered options. So every loan that exists in the world, we have those options. There is not a loan that we do not offer or a program that we do not have access to. If we don't have it as a correspondent, we will have it as a brokered option. So best of everything here. We're also very passionate about leads. Myself and Kyle, we come from a marketing background. We've been doing marketing and building online businesses for over 15 years, spent millions of dollars on all of the platforms. So we like to scale up businesses and generate leads at a very high scale. So we give those to you guys at a 50-50 split, basically unlimited leads. Kyle will show you guys a little bit more about how that looks when he pulls up the back end. And since we've built everything, every line of code, every bit of text, every graphic, everything you see is built by hand for us, by us from the ground up. We do not have any other vendors of any kind. So we have no monthly fees. So we're very passionate about that. We've built everything from the ground up, every line of code. And we are able to pass those savings on to you guys because we don't rely on other vendors. We don't have to pay for a CRM or a LOS or any of those other things that every other company in the mortgage space has to pay for. We have built that all for ourselves. Along with that comes our CRM with Dialer. So just like you guys probably used before, we love to use our CRM system to generate leads and do auto dialing, as well as all the great things that CRMs regularly do. So Kyle will show you guys how that looks. Pretty much standard across the industry. But what makes us really cool is we've integrated that with our custom website, the front end, obviously. So we have the front end, the back end, and the 1003 application as well. So we have kind of our own LOS as well, where we can generate and manipulate the actual 3.4 file in order to actually originate that loan. Along with giving you guys leads at scale, we love to set you guys up for leads. So if you guys have your own systems, great. We'll show you guys how to connect that to the CRM platform, show you how to import those. Or if you want to purchase your own, we can also set that up for you, show you how to start your own campaign and get those imported into your system so you don't have to have a lead split and you can get your full compensation on those deals. Another thing we're very passionate about, DSCR, business purpose loans, are very popular right now, but for the last 2 years, we've been doing them very heavily, whereas they weren't as popular, but we really hit the investors heavy. So we love to be able to do the DSCR loans, and here at with our partner setup here, we can do them in all 50 states. So any business purpose commercial loan, we can do those in all 50 states. So it allows us to really expand our footprint there on the commercial deals, which we focus on a lot. One-on-one team leader support calls. So we're very passionate about support and doing it remotely. So just like we're doing here on Zoom, we do one-on-one Zooms as well as whole team Zoom support calls. So just like today, we're all in here as a group together. We go through files together, all that good stuff. And then also, if you guys have an individual problem, we can meet one-on-one and actually take over your screen and help you set up those files. So a lot of support, all done through Zoom, which is kind of cool nowadays. Now, what you guys are all probably here for, let's go through the comp plan. So probably some of the most aggressive in the industry. Really, we have two basic plans. It breaks down to pretty simply whether you know how to do a loan 100% or you don't, right? So if you know how to do a loan start to finish, you've been a broker before, you've been 100% responsible for everything from, generating the lead to closing the deal to, submitting your paperwork and your compliance and everything, that would be a senior loan officer. You've never taken a loan from start to finish, or you're relying on processors, or you were just a application taker at more of a call center type setup, you would not really be eligible to do the loan on your own and handle everything start to finish, the full compliance, the full disclosures. If you can, great. We can do that at the senior loan officer plan. We do up to 300 basis points, as we mentioned, on the HECM loans or the reverse mortgages. So that's 3% commission for some of the people that might be newer on the call. On our regular stuff, the stuff you guys are used to, we do up to 200 basis points for that on conventional or non-QM, and that would be 2% commission. So still a very aggressive commission there on the regular stuff. And if you guys learn how to do these reverse mortgages, which we have a great partner with, you can make even more compensation there. Now, if you guys are not knowledgeable into doing your own loans start to finish or you're newly licensed, no problem. We have our junior loan officer plan over here, where it's just not quite as much commission or compensation because obviously we have to help you more one-on-one. We have to disclose every file, etc. So our compensation for this plan is up to 200 basis points on the reverse mortgages or the HECMs, which is 2%, and up to 150 basis points compensation on the regular stuff, the conventional, the non-QM stuff you guys are probably all used to. That's 1.5% commission. Now, if you guys are taking a company lead, remember it's a 50-50 split. So if you guys are on the junior loan officer plan, I'm sure a lot of people on the call would be eligible for this. You would simply make 75 basis points or 50% of this, which would be 0.75% on the lead. So if we give you a team lead and you close that lead, you would make 75 basis points. If we give you a team lead for a reverse mortgage, you'll make 50%, so 100 basis points or 1%. If you guys are on the senior loan officer plan and you take one of our team leads for a non-QM deal, you would make 100 basis points, 50% of this, which is 1% commission. And same thing here, 50% of the 300 basis points compensation would be 150 basis points or 1.5%. So pretty straightforward, guys. What you see is what you get. There are no fees of any kind. We're very passionate about that. So when we say you can make 200 basis points on your own deals, you will make that. When we say you make 100 basis points on the lead deals, you will make that. And according to whatever plan you're on, of course. So the next step, we really like to show you guys how the software works, but since we have Kyle here in person, he can kind of take over the screen and actually show you a live demo here. So are you ready with your setup here, Kyle?
Yep, absolutely. Let me go ahead and share my screen here. Okay. All right, you got the CRM up there?
Yep.
Perfect. Okay, so what we're going to talk about here today is just a couple features of our CRM, right? So we'll do a full training when you all come on board, but I'm just going to highlight some of the features here. And the first thing that we're going to talk about is the CRM part, right? So just like any other CRM, you know, we send our emails and texts and it keeps a timeline of everything. And, you know, we can set them on action plans, drip campaigns to automatically email and text them, all the cool normal stuff that a CRM would do. But what separates us from everyone else is our quoting system. So you can make someone a quote within 2 minutes just from asking them a few questions. And what we can do is use our quoting system here. And it's real simple. You put in a couple parameters here of the loan. You get the rates via our API with Optimal Blue, which is the pricing engine. And it's going to pull up all of our different investor programs that we have for the scenario that you put in. And you can select the rates you want to show the client. You send the quote, it sends them a text and an email. And again, this can be done within 2 minutes. And it comes out like a nice, pretty quote like this, where we're going to give them different rate options. It explains to them what these things mean. We're going to, it pulls in the Google map, the Zestimate automatically, all the info for the loan, the monthly breakdown of the payments, the estimated closing fees, and you as the originator, of course, and your realtor. So your realtor partners absolutely love this, which is huge if you're newer in the business. Your realtor partners are everything, right? So your realtors know when they send you a client, you can quote them within minutes, but you can also attach them to the quote with their picture right there, and they're copied on the quotes, and they will see you're telling their clients, hey, we are your team, and we are going to push this transaction forward for you. So is your realtor going to work with another loan officer that doesn't have the cool quoting system, that's not keeping in touch with them about anything? Or are they going to send clients to you where they know, hey, you're going to send these clients this cool quote, I'm on it, right? So it's perfect. So you can attach your realtor partners to the quote. Now, the coolest part about all of this is that your client can say, start my loan application, and then they create a borrower portal that looks like this. So it pops up to here where they can start their actual 1003 application. and we request the basic documents for them. If it's a conventional loan like this, we're automatically requesting the basic documents that we need. If it's a DSCR, we're going to request the documents we need for that, et cetera, so they can upload their documents. And now we're on the way. They can see the loan info. They can see the milestones of where they're at in the process of the application. They can agree to the e-consent and the credit consent, credit authorization here as well when it comes to this portal. So it's really seamless and smooth to go from getting their info, couple pieces of information. We're real nonchalant, right? It's, hey, I don't need to pull your credit or need any documents. Tell me a couple things. I will run a quote for you, send it out to you, and we can go from there, right? And then they can transition right into filling out their application, uploading their documents, and all that built in within the system. Now, let me show you what it looks like now on your end. So now that they've started their application back here on your end, you can also fill in the application with them and work on it with them. You can also upload documents for them, right? So you, your processor and the client, we're all working together back here to push the loan forward, to collect all the documents, to get the application going. And here's one of the coolest parts as well. We can request documents here. So let's say we need 12 months bank statement, whether it's you, your processor, whatever it is. Let's do that. Let's click save changes. And now we're asking for the 12 months bank statements. We can let the client know automatically and it'll say, hey, we need 12 months bank statements. Click here to go into your borrower portal to upload it, right? We can also request whole new document packets. Let's say we're going to go from conventional to DSCR. Well, let's just replace it with DSCR here. And now we're only asking what we need for DSCR, right? Let's request some signatures. We can request them to sign anything, one of these pre-approved templates here. And now it's asking the customer to sign, and they can click here. It pops up the e-sign right inside the system. They don't even have to leave the web page to be able to sign anything that we need them to sign, right? So we can also request custom documents, of course, right? Underwriter needs something specific. We do this, right? So great system here to collect everything. We're all work together to get everything from the clients. If you're experienced, you know, getting everything from the clients, all their documents is half the battle. And this is going to help us automatically do that. Now, let's talk about what happens once you do the loan, right? Once we start the loan, we get all their documents, we're disclosing the loan. Now it's going to appear in our pipeline tab. You're going to see all the loans that you have, what investors that we're sending them to. But the most important part here is the milestones. We are going to keep everybody updated on the milestones. If the appraisal is ordered, we're going to make sure we know that, and we can keep this box checked. That's going to email the client and the realtor that the loan has been moved to the stage, right? So not only are we going to keep ourselves organized of what loans, where are they, what stage are they in, but we're going to automatically update the client and the realtor. The number one complaint about loan officers from both clients and realtors is lack of communication. So both including the realtors on the quotes, making sure we keep them updated all the way through the loan on the milestones. These are the things that are going to make your clients and your realtors appreciate you and want to continue working with you, because again, the lack of communication is the problem that they're facing with everyone else. And we're going to definitely use the system, you know, to combat that and do better than everyone else is doing. Now, let's talk about our leads, right? That's why a lot of people are here. What I want to do here is talk about the different ways that we provide leads, okay? One of the ways that we provide leads is our Facebook ads. This is the main way that we provide leads. We are going to put out Facebook ads, right? Most of our advertising is via Facebook. When someone clicks on those ads, it's sent via text to 5 of our loan officers licensed in that state. And the first one to click it claims it and picks it up. These are always exclusive leads. We never share leads, right? We're very passionate about that. So the leads are going to come in instant, right? So we'll have ads, you know, something like this, maybe for fix and flips, you know, just real basic ads for DSCR, for fix and flips, for portfolio loans, for whatever it may be. And they're going to click, want more info. That's going to send a text to you. You're going to claim that lead. You're going to call them within the first minute. And we have a lot of success with that because we advertise unique programs to people like investors, which I'll have Nick talk about in a little bit. We get a lot of action, a lot of receptive leads, and it's coming to you instantly. Our goal is to call them while they're still on the web page. Tons of people say, I'm still looking at your ad or your website, right? That's the goal here. So that's the first and foremost way that we provide leads. The other way that we provide leads here is the auto dialer. So we have lists in here like cold calls, realtor calls, all these different lists in here that you can call and come put in some work, right? You can call 200, 300, 400 people a day using the auto dialer. You never hang up your phone. You're just going through them automatically, right? You can press a button to leave automatic texts and emails drop to them with their name and your name from your email and your phone number, right? All of this happens automatically, so you can run through a ton of people in a day here and drum up some action. So that's the other way that we provide leads. Now let's talk about the third way that we can provide you leads is you can purchase them. So the leads that we give you at no upfront cost on the lead split, if you like them, you can purchase some for just you. So if you don't want to have to compete with the other people to click it instantly and get the lead, or if you don't want to pay a lead split, you can purchase your own leads. And what we do is we copy our ad campaign that we've spent, hundreds of thousands of dollars on. We know that it works. We've dialed it in, and we just copy that exact campaign, put your money on it, and you're just going to get leads, right? You may only get 100. Nick knows he can get you at least 100, but if you're in like California, Florida, a bigger state, you're going to end up getting well over that because it's a little easier to get people in those states, right? If you're in Wyoming, it's really hard to drum up 100 leads with the same budget, right? So exactly the leads that we give you, you can purchase on your own. And of course, there's no lead split on the back end, right? Now, let's talk about the fourth way that you can get leads is to bring in your own leads from any third party that you want to purchase them from. If you already get leads from somewhere that you like, or if you want to do your own Facebook ad campaigns, whatever it may be, we give you your custom webhook here from Zapier to then shoot those leads into our system instantly, automatically send you a text and an email, just like any other lead that we would send you, but it's your lead on no lead split, of course. And it's going to come in instantly. That way you can communicate with them, quote them, collect the documents, everything in our system, just like any other lead. So we give you every opportunity we can for you to get leads, right? Whether they're the Facebook ads that we're giving you, those are obviously the hot on fire leads. One of our brand new licensed in mid-January, he joined us, right? He did the classes, he did the trainings. He then got the leads, right? We turned the leads on for him. He has now closed almost $6 million in loans, all from our leads, right? One of them is a repeat client that's done a couple multi-million-dollar deals, and the other two were just regular loans. He does not have any business of his own, and he never knew how to do a loan. But doing the trainings, plugging into the system, asking Nick and Jose for help when he needed it, being a brand new loan officer on the Junior Mentor Program, but most importantly, working the leads. The biggest client he has, he followed up with 10 times before the client actually did the deal with him. And now he's obviously made a lot of money from that one client. So that is the type of leads that we're getting to you on the Facebook campaigns. But you can also take it steps further by using the auto dialer, calling hundreds of people in a day, purchasing those same leads that our new MLO Mike closed $6 million of in his first 90 days as an MLO. These are the same exact leads, same campaign, same target audience. We just copy them. Or you have leads from somewhere else that you like, no problem. You can bring them in, right? So every way possible we have to work leads, and that's one of our big things. Last thing I want to talk about here is support. We have amazing support. We have a training with every single thing you could ever need to know. If you want to know how to price a DSCR loan, type how to price, boom, how to price anything, how to price a fix and flip, how to price a DSCR, complete with videos of actually doing it, right? So every answer to every question you could have, especially as a new loan officer, is right there in our training. But we also provide you with different tools, with the income calculators you're going to need, with places you can get property insurance quotes that'll save a deal instantly, right? We have training videos on how to use the CRM, how to do quotes, just loan trainings in general. We have our team meetings 4 days a week. We have team meetings that you can tune into. As Nick said, our mentor meetings for the newer MLOs, we'll pull up people's files so we can all watch what's going on and learn from it. We'll answer questions, all that kind of good stuff, right? We put the selling guides back here, FHA, Fannie, Freddie, VA, USDA, all the condo lookup, everything is here in one place that you should ever need. And that's the goal of this system. And of course, book meetings with Nick, Jose, and I. If you need something individually, you get a fax center. So again, everything you should need is right here in the system. Now, I want to have Nick, if you can jump on here, Nick, come and talk about the leads. So we talked about what different kinds of leads we get, but I want Nick to talk a little bit about why we get those type of leads and just more info in general about our strategy here with leads. He is the lead master. Nick has a certification from Facebook as a media planning professional, a certification from Facebook as a digital marketing associate, a certification from Google as a Google Ads specialist. And as he said, we've spent a ton of money on Facebook, which in digital ads and Facebook ads, it's all about how much you've spent, right? How good are you? How much experience have you had to dial it in? So Nick is kind of the lead master. I want him to talk about how and why he's getting these type of leads. And after that, we'll have Jose say a little something, then we'll get into questions. I see one hand is up right now, some questions in the Q&A, so go ahead and keep dropping them. And Nick, go ahead and let's talk about the leads.
All right. So yeah, we like to do things a little bit differently. And when we go out to do a business, we want to find opportunities, right? So I don't like to start a business that's going to need to compete with anybody. I would rather find an opportunity or somewhere where we're not competing, right? So instead of competing with, the big guys with billions of dollars, the Rockets, the Betters, all the big companies out there, they have billions of dollars to spend, and they're just spending it on conventional to get people in the door and basically see how far they can reduce everybody's commission on the MLO side, right? So it's just a big game of race to the bottom so you can offer the lowest rates by reducing the commission for the LO. So a lot of you guys are probably coming from setups where you're making 20 basis points because you're just, a wheel in the cog of one of the big guys. We just want to stay away from that, right? So instead of racing to the bottom or even advertising or even spending and competing with those guys and just trying to wheel and deal and get you guys down to the lowest commission we can, we want to do the opposite, right? We want to pay you guys the most that we can instead of racing to the bottom, and we want to find opportunities of different products and services that make sense to advertise. So we spend almost all of our advertising budget advertising the great products that all the big guys that we just spoke about do not have, right? They don't even have an option for a DSCR product. They don't even have an option for a self-employed borrower like a bank statement program or a P&L or a 1099. They don't have an option for the investors that have a portfolio of properties, of 30 properties they want to refinance with one loan. They don't have an option for commercial properties. They don't have an option for mixed use or 5 to 8 units or small multifamily or any of these other things that we're able to advertise to customers that need those products, maybe don't even know those products exist, delight them by offering them something they didn't know existed or a better term, because we have the best pricing in the nation on non-QM. So we're always going to have the best pricing, even if they've been familiar with the product. And then we're going to get them in, obviously with the best pricing and the best plethora of programs. So Kyle will go to tell you that we spend almost all of our money on non-QM advertisements, specifically the DSCR and the other business purpose loans we can do in all 50 states. But we end up doing a mixture of about half and half, maybe a little more non-QM than agency, but it's a good mix, right? So when I get an investor with 20 properties, we're going to do a DSCR or a portfolio loan on those 20 investment properties, but the investor still has a primary home, right? So we're going to hook them with the products that nobody else has, advertise them in a way like the big dogs do. And then when we get them, obviously, I'm their loan officer. All my investors that I've ever worked with have 10, 20, 30, 100 properties, but they never work with anybody else because I do their investment properties, but I'm also going to do their primary home, their second home, their, vacation homes. A lot of these guys have 2 or 3 second homes. They end up Airbnb-ing a little bit, but they also, love to have second homes. And we'll do a conventional loan on those second homes or those primary homes. But all of their investment properties, we're going to do the business purpose, the DSCR, all the stuff that they came to us for. And they were delighted to click on our ad and learn about our products and services, love to talk to us, and love the rates that we offer because we're always going to have the best pricing. So it's really a combo there of doing everything differently, right? We're going to do the exact opposite of everything that the big guys are doing and spending billions of dollars on. And it's been very successful, as Kyle mentioned. So these leads are ready, willing, and able to talk to you. They're not going to shop you because there's nobody else really offering this. And if they did know it exists, they're going to see that we're the best price in the nation because they're quickly going to know that as investors. You know, they're not dumb, right? They're going to know the price. They're going to know what they've been offered, and they're going to know that our offering's going to be superior. So you really can't lose with that combination. So I guess is that good enough for you there, Kyle? You want to pass it off to Jose?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Just always want to make clear that we do, plenty of agency type stuff as well. So if that's your wheelhouse, no problem. It's just that we spend the majority of our advertising budget and our leads on the special stuff, the non-QM, as Nick said. So I want to have Jose talk a little bit, then we'll get into questions. But Jose is our other team leader here, really more of the backbone of actual loans here. And so, Jose, just want to have you talk a little bit about yourself and how you fit here into the situation. Then we'll get into questions.
How's everybody doing? Thank you for joining us today. Great decision to take time out of your busy schedules to increase your earning potential. Myself, I've been licensed full-time as an MLO and as a realtor since September of 1995, seeing many fluctuations in the industry. Nick, Kyle, and I met about 3 years ago, decided we were going to do this collaboration, and I brought them into the business. And then we quickly realized that we needed a better platform to speed up the learning curve for new MLOs with little or no experience. So we created the mortgage calculator, and all of these cool and amazing systems allow you to increase your operating efficiency, allow a brand new MLO to look like a 25-year veteran. How did that help me? Well, with myself, I guess putting it into perspective, having come into this situation with about almost 24 years experience when we came into this, I can tell you that everything that we created and I started using allowed me to increase my production, which was not bad. From 2019 to 2020, it went up probably 3 or 4 times. Obviously, that was a transfer in 2020 to more loans, less real estate due to the shutdown, but everything that we had put in place was perfect for everything that happened. The systems, the programs, everything just allowed my performance to just get on steroids and blow up. So that's what happened. 2021 was great. 2022, should I say 2021 was like probably 50, 60% more than 2020, which was like 4 times more than 2019. And 2022 is on par to be the same or better than 2021. So that's coming from a person with a lot of experience in the nuts and bolts of the system. Wasn't necessarily the big technocrat, even though I had employed technology in certain components. Everything came together with this. So like they say, if an OG like me can do it, then, you young whippersnappers should be able to do it. Or those of you that may be in my same generational time, rest assured that you can plug yourself into the matrix as well. And you will also, boost your production, give it, so to speak, steroids. So I look forward to all of you being in our many support meetings. We do help you structure your deals. If you have any questions, it's not like we're just going to throw you out there and you're going to figure it out. No, you are going to meet with us to help you structure deals. Before you disclose them, then you're going to meet with us to disclose the deals that have been structured and make sure everything's good. And then the file gets passed off to a processor who you will work together with to take your deal to closing. And of course, we will always be there during that process for more meetings. Like when you get your conditions, I recommend you probably book a meeting if you have any conditions you don't understand, instead of possibly spinning your wheels and uploading improper conditions, even though the processors will help you. But they are just processors, and the onus of the loan closing and getting paid the big bucks is usually on the MLO. So I recommend that you all treat it that way. So look forward to seeing all of you in our many trainings.
Perfect. Okay, let's get into the last step here. Actually, I was going to say get into questions, but actually I have one last thing to go over here, which is going to be the next step. Sorry, I didn't have that page open, but let me get to it here. Okay, so if you are ready to move forward, we're getting into questions right now too, but if you're ready to move forward, go ahead and go to the link. Nick, drop the link in the chat for me, please, while I go through this. What you're going to do is come to this page, right? We're dropping the link in the chat. You're going to go ahead and sign up for the applicable plan to you with your experience. It's going to ask you for some info to create your account. Once you submit, it's going to take you to sign the initial branch agreement, right? You are going to get emailed a copy. You do not need to sign it right then. Take your time, right? And you can sign it later in your email. Now, once you sign that initial agreement, I'm the one that handles all the onboarding. So I'll personally reach out and we'll walk through the next steps of, getting your employee documents to HR and sponsoring your license and all that kind of stuff, right? So go ahead and come to the link, sign up for what's applicable to you, and then I will reach out and we will get the next steps going there. So last thing here before the questions real quick is I just want to talk about what we're looking for, right? If you are a good fit for this, if you feel that it fits you, we would love to bring you on board. But what we're really looking for is people who are motivated and are ready to have support, but to also do their own work as well, right? So we're looking for people who are going to not ask a question before they go to the trainual and type it in, before they go to the guidelines of the investor that you are talking about, right? So yes, we're here for support. Yes, we have meetings 4 days a week. Yes, we have a one-on-one meetings, and you can email us and book one-on-one meetings, of course, but it's not going to be done for you, right? And so that's what I always want to, stress, is that we're here to support and help. But if you want to pick up the phone whenever you want and have us answer and tell you the answer to every question without going to look at it first, then this is not going to be the place for you, right? So just want to stress that that's what we are looking for. And I promise, if you're looking to have someone do everything for you, it's not going to work here. If you are not willing to learn the technology is amazing, but if you're not willing to learn it, it's not going to do everything for you, right? You're going to have to take the time to learn it. So be open-minded to learning the new things, learning the new technology, learning how to work the leads, because it's going to be a little different for everyone, learning the different programs. We are more than happy to take anyone on board, even new loan officers that are ready, willing, and able to do these things, that have the ambition to do this, right? And we are here to support you. We have every type of support that you could ever imagine, but it's just that, it's support, right? So that's what we're looking for. If you think you're going to do a loan and pass it off to a processor and not touch it again, right? That's not what we do here. You're making 10, 20 times what the processor is. And so we got to treat it as such and stay on top of the file the whole time. So we're not application takers here. We're going to help you become a self-sufficient loan officer, being able to do self-employed borrowers, which probably 90% of loan officers out there don't even know how to do, self-employed borrowers anyway. So that's what we're going to help with. So with that being said, let's go ahead and stop recording, Nick. Let's go ahead and get into the questions. If you have questions, drop them in the Q&A.